in the United States asking for the charges to be dropped. We have been out here. We have suffered with our families, but we did it because we wanted a better Kentucky, a better United States for our families. But I'm just saying we need to drop the charges on the protesters in Kentucky that were here fighting for justice for Breonna Taylor. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. And we have others that are coming to speak, and they'll have more to say. But just like Shamika, who is not here, she couldn't be here. Shamika, Representative Attica Scott, Dana, and all the others who were arrested going to the sanctuary at the church, and they lied about their charges. What were that Attica Scott was trying to set a fire at the library that's in her district. Really? So, I mean, it just unveiled the LMPD. It unveiled the corruption of LMPD, the years of corruption in LMPD against black and brown people. Thank you.
Coach Bruce Sweeney. Coach Bruce Sweeney is coach of the Breonna Warriors with the Youth Basketball League, dedicated to carrying on the memory of Breonna Taylor. And he was down here at 6th and Jefferson day after day, night after night.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Coach Bruce Sweeney. I'm also the founder of the Breonna Warriors. I'm also the founder of the Breonna Warriors. I'm also an activist leader for Breonna Taylor. And I've been out here for probably more than 900 days, every day, 4 a.m. to pretty much 4 a.m. And I attend a lot of the meetings. Like yesterday, I attended a meeting with Mayor Fisher and Erica Shields. And one thing that struck me is they want our help. They feel that they need our help to turn the city around, which is true. It's like Ms. Shamika always says, we get there together. But how can people like me and people like Breonna help if we have so many charges pending, charges that stop me from helping getting in the system? Like right now, I'm going through a lot right now. I wasn't even going to speak, but I felt that I need the need to speak because we hurting right now. We really are. I done lost a lot of things. Well, I don't want to say me. A lot of people have lost a lot of things, but more than the most thing that people have lost that they can't get back is people's lives out here. There's people that lost their lives out here. You'll never get that back. But one thing they can do, because right now it's like a wound, and that wound is open. They can start healing. They can put a Band-Aid on it. They can put some medicine on it. You can start healing. You can drop the charges. That way we can help you. We can get in the system. Oh, we can change things together. Until then, there's going to be no change. It's going to be the same. It's It's a circle. It's a circle. We all got to remember one thing. We may look different. We may act different. We may have different opinions, but we all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. And I want to thank y'all for coming out. I want to thank pretty much everybody because there was a lot of hands on deck with this. And I just want everybody to come together, and I want to see some type of change. Y'all have a blessed one.
Thank you, Coach Sweeney. And to wrap it up for us, we're going to have Hannah Drake. And after Hannah, that'll be the end. We'll take a few questions.
Thank you. I'm HANNAHDRAKE. And I first want to start with saying Breonna Taylor is dead. Chris Smith is dead. Travis Nagdy is dead. Tyler Girth is dead. David McAtee is dead. And I just spoke at a funeral, was it last week? Chris Wells is dead. How many more people? Take this phone, Cologne. How many more people are going to die behind this because of a lie? The only people who ever told the truth from the very beginning were the people who were out here. The people who lied was LMPD. The people who colluded together was Kelly and Joshua. The people who continued to lie was Brett and the rest of them. John Mattingly. Those are the people who lied. We didn't lie. We told you from the very beginning, follow the warrant. What is the DOJ doing now? Following the warrant that Judge Mary Shaw should have never signed, but they took to her because they knew she wouldn't scrutinize it. And y'all want to look at us, and y'all called us the N-word. And people in Metro Council, and you know who you are. You called us thugs. You called us losers. We were the ones that were ruining this city. We didn't break the contract with this city. Y'all are concerned about some broken windows. I'm concerned about the broken trust in this community. Every window is fixed. How do you fix Tamika Palmer? How do you fix Kenneth Walker? How do you fix Travis Nagdy? How do you fix Chris Wells? This city broke them. This city broke me. This city broke everybody that was down here. We believed in this city. It is because we love Louisville. We fight for Louisville. The people who don't love Louisville work over there. They work over there. We didn't break the contract with this city. Don't post no pictures of no graffiti on a statue that can be power washed off, that can be rebuilt. How do you rebuild people? And I'm going to tell you something, and y'all reporters, I mean this. Do not ask me. Do not ask me. How do we fix it? We didn't break it.
All right.
Go ask Mayor Fisher, how do you fix this? Go ask Tom Wine, how do you fix this? Go ask Chief Schiff, where's Conrad? How do you fix this? We didn't break it. Y'all accused us. Turn your cameras to LMPD. That's corruption. Every lie. Drop the charges. That's the very minimum y'all can do. And anybody that has charges, expunge them. Exonerate these people. None of us would have been out here. None of us. We risked everything in a pandemic. Got sick. Lost our friends. Broken relationships. Broken friendships. Lost homes. Lost jobs. And y'all still paying some of these people. And here Bruce can't volunteer in a school. Trying to help, still trying to help this city. Still trying to do something in community. Don't ask any of us how to fix it. Go ask the people in leadership. We told you from day one how to fix it. You didn't listen. If anything, the protesters out here protected this city. They are the reason the DOJ is here. They didn't come here for Mayor Fisher. They didn't come here for Chief Shields. They came because people like Bruce and Tyra and Chris Wells and Travis were out here day after day after day demanding justice. Nobody gets to sit on a high horse in leadership and act like all of this is happening because of some reforms you don't put on paper.
That part.
How do you reform? To high-ranking officers that go in a garage and collude together. How do you reform that? This ain't a reform issue. This is a transform issue. You need to transform the people in LMPD. That's a heart issue. I don't give a damn what you put on that paper. You can't reform people who get with judges and get with prosecutors and get with other officers and lie. And you think because you put something on paper, that ends today?
Oh, Lord.
And let me say this and I'm done. It didn't start with Breonna.
That part. Right.
And it's not going to end with Breonna.
Right.
Let me tell you, in life, there are two people, the caught and the uncaught.
Come on.
They just got caught this time.
That's right.
You think they woke up March 13th and said, let's start lying today?
All right.
Wake up.
That's right.
It's corrupt. And for all y'all who say, oh, it's a few bad apples.
It's the whole damn merger.
Why don't we ever see any of the officers who are the good officers stand up in this moment and say, this ain't us? Name them and claim them. Get them out of LMPD. But this ain't, where are those good officers? When are they going to stand up? When are you going to say, this ain't the LMPD I signed up for? I signed up to serve community. I signed up to serve and protect. When is anybody in LMPD going to stand up and say that? You stood up when you wanted to call us thugs.
Oh.
You stood up in the street
Yeah.
when you tear gassed us. You stood up as we watched David McAtee's body lay in the street for hours. You didn't mind standing up then. When are y'all gonna stand up? When? That's what I want from this city. Drop everybody's charges. Exonerate the people. And everybody that's out here, starting with Tamika Palmer, needs an apology from this city.
That's all right now.
Apologize for what you did. And don't wait 52 years to do it. Do it today.
Right now.
We got Chris Will. Chris Will was the detained, but has a few words to say.
It's a hard act to follow right there. It's Chris Will, president of Firm Initiative. The alarming rate of deception that just continues to flow out of Louisville Metro government and Louisville Metro Police Department is astounding at this point, for everyone to see. You can't call us, like Hannah said, you can't call us thugs and looters and rioters in this moment because the thugs and looters and rioters are in that building right there. Murderers are in that building right there. And all the charges need to be dropped. For anybody that protested for the Breonna Taylor, whatever you want to call it, uprising, whatever word y'all want to use. Everybody from Louisville and people that came to help here. Not only people from Louisville came here and protested, it's people that came from all over the world here to stand with us. And we can't even get, like Hannah said, the cops that keep saying that phrase, let's kill that phrase today, that there's a few bad apples. There's over 1,000 police officers. That's not a few. So you telling me there's 5 bad cops out of 1,000? Then that means there's 1,000 bad cops because y'all know who they are and you guys do not shed light on them. So you're just as guilty. Okay? So we want all the charges dropped for the protesters and anybody that ever came here and helped us. You see a picture of them holding a megaphone. It doesn't matter what you believe was right or wrong. I can sit a firecracker right here on this ground. It will not explode. We can stand here and watch this same firecracker for 100 years. It will not explode until fire is put on the wick. One lie started all of this. One lie. Deception. Cover up after cover up after cover up. No transparency. They keep saying we're trying to be as transparent as possible. How do you try to be transparent? You just be transparent. You just be truthful. You just put it all on the table and deal with the consequences together as a community and as government. But clearly we're not there. That's everything that we want. We want the charges dropped. We want the charges dropped. We want the charges dropped.
That's right.
I want to thank the media. I want to give a big shout out to the media, our 502 live streamers, everybody that helps keep our voice heard and put out to the masses, to people that we can't physically see or touch. And thank y'all for coming out.
Everything has pretty much been said, but we can take a few questions if there are any.
One of my questions is when we look about accountability outside of just those 4 officers, we see Judge Shaw up for re-election. Can someone talk about how that feels when we talk about full overarching accountability to see her still there for re-election.
They took those warrants to her for a reason.
Come up to the mic.
Do you mind
There,
coming in?
please.
Yeah, thank you.
They took those warrants to Judge Mary Shaw for a reason. I mean, I don't pretend. What are we pretending here for? The officer said it. See, if I said I'm a liar, I'm wrong. Maybe you'll believe it because Kelly Goodless said it now, which we always said. Why her? Why did he pick her to sign these warrants? Why? Because she was not going to scrutinize them.
She's in cahoots.
You are a judge. You were the last stop. This is what people don't understand about Breonna Taylor. The system worked to kill Breonna Taylor. Every step where police, no protection. Judge, no protection.
Attorney General.
Attorney, no protection. Every system that was in place failed Breonna. Failed to protect. Why? Because Breonna was collateral damage. And I'm going to say it. Why? Because she was a black woman and no one gave a damn. That's what it was. Who gave a damn about a 26-year-old black girl? They didn't think anybody would care. That's what they believed. She was collateral damage. And the judge was the last stop. She essentially signed Breonna Taylor's death certificate. Breonna Taylor didn't even know the clock was ticking. Because Mary Shaw, had you had even taken the time to read the warrant, that is you have one job. That is the job. That's the job to do. And you failed. And where is your accountability, Mary? When are you going to speak up and say, I failed? And the audacity that I believe I'm going to run again and not think about what you did in this city. That's why y'all need to vote for Tracy Davis.
That's right. That's why she shouldn't even be allowed.
Let me just say that.
Exactly. I was literally going to say, how is she even allowed to run?
Shaw should not be allowed to run for judge. Never.
Dereliction of duty.
Dereliction of duty.
Can we not prosecute a judge?
Oh.
If Shaw came out here and shot one of us, would she not be tried and prosecuted as a criminal? Right? Judge or not? That's the thing. From the beginning to the end, everybody that had something to do with the Breonna Taylor massacre, because at this point that's what it is, a massacre. Everybody from the beginning to the end should all go. Period, from top to bottom. If you talk to an officer, if you responded to the scene at this point, we don't know who's who. Now they're scared because their own are turning against each other. They thought that LMPD camaraderie was going to hold up with the feds. I don't think so. when that 20 to life start getting thrown around, people want to, think about coffee and walks in the park that they not going to do anymore. What no one is spoken on is that they patrolled the apartment. They knew Breonna Taylor was not alone. They also knew that Kenneth Walker had a concealed to carry license, and still try to demonize him. Still demonize a black man for protecting himself in his home. Every time the police see a black man, they are scared. I don't understand. You have a badge, you have a baton, you have mace, you have everything. You have a responding partner. You got your sixes covered. You have everything you need, and so they solo us out every time. Okay, everybody. This was probably the biggest, sloppiest hit job of all time. If you really pay attention to the facts of the case, this is the biggest, sloppiest hit job of all time. And anybody that had anything to do with this case, from the highest forms of judicial to any building to the lowest beat cop, they should all be gone. Period. We don't know who's who. That's all I'm going to say. Any other questions?
I have something else I want to say. And also, Daniel Cameron,
He got to go.
he got to go. Because he didn't do his job either. He didn't investigate it. Why did the DOJ have to come in here and do something that the Attorney General, who is here to serve Kentucky, do his job? Since he can't do his job, he should not be able to run never for governor, and he should be convicted, charged, and arrested and locked up for life.
Tampering with grand jury.
What no one understands is we are in the center of the light for justice. Okay? Every other place that burned their city to the ground got what they wanted. We're getting what we want, but we still are getting it how y'all are giving it to us. Y'all just giving us a little bit at a time. You know, they're like, okay, you want the Caesar salad first? Okay, here's some more rolls. Do you want another pitcher of water? Y'all give it to us in face. We want what we want, and we want it now. Like, I don't understand what people don't understand the definition of now means immediate. Like, everybody needs to get charged that has something to do with this case. It's ridiculous at this point.
Kind of going off what you just said, you know, you talk about there's little things that have happened, now these charges are happening, now these truths are coming out. Does that give you any kind of hope that the city might actually do something?
We got to stop using words like might or hope at this point. They need to do their jobs. If I go put an application in and I say I want to be the fry guy at McDonald's, and every time an order come up and I don't have no fries, am I going to keep my job? Am I going to keep the job? No. The judge, she didn't do her job. Dan Cameron didn't do his job. All those officers failed Breonna Taylor and Kenneth. They didn't do their jobs. They put other people in jeopardy in other apartments. They have officers that allegedly didn't hit nobody with any straight bullets, but didn't even want to turn in his toxicity report when he was asked to see if he was under the influence. The same cop that's allegedly has so many other cases where it says that he was under the influence. I'm not understanding like the amount of evidence that they have in this case, and then they still try stuff with just like a long ladle. Like, they just want to, we got to be fair with everyone. It's never fair with us, ever. I can show time and time and time again how the law doesn't work in our favor, period.
So folks, got any more questions? That's it. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, Teresa. Appreciate you.
Get this on her. Get this on her. Get this on her.